Hey everyone, welcome to a new episode of the Red Devils Corner Kick Podcast, a fan podcast dedicated to Manchester United Football Club. As always, like, subscribe, follow, whether you're listening on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or YouTube, and you can also follow on social media at Instagram, TikTok, and X. I hope everyone is enjoying the Saturday morning. It is a happy Saturday morning. I think we can say that for a long time. We got the win today against Man City, 2-0. Winning the derby, winning at Old Trafford after everything that's been going on for the 2 weeks, especially falling out with the loss with Brighton last weekend. New manager this week. Things, kind of, hectic. I think that's the nicest way to put it when it comes to this. But overall, am I excited for the win? Yes, I'm ecstatic for it. I'm happy we got the 3 points. Now it's just a matter of how everything progresses throughout the remainder of the weekend. We do need a lot of help, but that's the nature of sports. You always do require other teams to need you to assist to get those wins to help you out with the standings. So it's just a matter of just waiting to see how everything fixes out and how we come out this week in the table. But coming out with a win does help. Coming out with a big win against a team that we can't fall behind, that we need to catch up to, especially if we're going to be going for Champions League. I know the last couple episodes I haven't been the most positive when it comes to potentially losing Europe, or about obtaining Europe. But listen, we are at a point right now. Listen, I'm happy we got the win, and I don't want to be negative about the win. Everyone played well today, all forms. Everyone starting. It was a different lineup than even what I thought it was going to be going into this derby. But overall, I was happy with it. Listen, my problem was trying to make sure how we maintain Dorgu on the field, but having Dorgu start out on the wing was okay with it. And Mbeumo and Ahmad back helps because you want to have that connection still there. Bruno in the 10, getting Kobbie Mainoo to start, because I mentioned that in one of my lineups. You always want to make sure you have all the right pieces. Sesko Cunha not starting. Sesko didn't even get minutes today. Cunha came on, assisted with Dorgu's goal, and could have had a second assist, but centimeters offside, feeding it to Mount, and Mount scoring. We did have a couple, that was 3 goals we were called offside for today, of Bruno, Ahmad, and Mason Mount. But overall, there were good things. Listen, City, it felt like it was a little evenly matched. City had opportunities, but United defended well. They did. And I was quite happy with that. They defended very well. The middle, again, is always going to be a concern. First of all, Jeremy Doku, the way he moves the ball through, as much as we defended well, we closed out, there is still the issues of space. They still had opportunities, but they did a good job containing Erling Haaland today. That's the one thing. And Nicky Butt, Nicky Butt and Paul Scholes, ladies and gentlemen, for as much as we always appreciate the ex-players and what they have, basically going out this week and stating that Haaland was just going to pick up and run with, just take Licha with him and just say that they weren't going to be able to contain him and do whatever. First of all, hats off to all of them. Hats off to Lemens. Hats off to Delot. Delot had an up and down game, but Martinez, having Harry Maguire back, Luke Shaw, they did their job. Casemiro, Mainoo, everyone did their job. They held, though. Again, when you look at it here, possession-wise, City had the higher possession, but containing City to 1 shot on target. Yes, they had 7 shots, but containing them to 1 shot on target is a good thing. And also defensively, that helps. And as well, getting Lemens his 3rd clean sheet this season, which is great. That's going up. He is like, it's good for confidence for a young player, especially in a Manchester derby. But overall, the movement of the ball, they definitely, Man United acted on the counters, and you saw that. You saw that with the 2 quick goals that they got. So, especially with the goal, the counter off of off the City free kick, the way they transitioned, and were able to get that. Overall, it was a great performance. I'm going to be doing my player ratings in a moment, just to get that ready. But this is where I'm going to bring in the half glass empty metaphor here. We still have issues. We were playing a City side that has been struggling. We took advantage of that. We still have issues in the midfield. They were still able to move as well. As much as we did defensively hold them down, there were still issues. They were still able to get through some of our midfield from time to time. But there were still that moments. As much as I'm happy with this win, I am. It's 3 points and everything. I do ask this of our fan base. Do not let us get overwhelmed. We still need that. We still need a midfielder. We still do. What I feel now is that now that they won this type of game, Wilcox, Barada, that ownership will be like, we don't really need that special loan player that they've been talking to allegedly. So that just might be, something for the fans. We also, I don't want them to be like, well, we won with this roster, we can obtain anything. It's easy to go to the Champions League and do so. It wouldn't surprise me if more spins come out tomorrow or Monday as well in regards to games like this before. We are playing Arsenal next weekend. We have to still be consistent, disciplined, and finish. We have to go on the road to London to do that. So can we consistently do that? We showed up today. Can we do that next week on the road? That's what you have to look at here. I am happy for the win. I do, and for everything that's been going on over the last couple weeks. We still have a lot of stuff to work on. Because when we come back after that, we have to play Tottenham. We got Fulham, Tottenham, West Ham, Everton, Crystal Palace. We have games that we need to take back. We have to get points back against Arsenal, get points back against Fulham, get points back against Tottenham, West Ham, revenge against Everton. We have a lot of stuff to work on, and there's going to be struggles. And it's great. We got off to a big start. It's good. It's a derby. We know these players show up in those types of games. We know that we're probably going to show up against Arsenal next week. But can we show up down the road and pull out a win against Fulham, a win against Tottenham, a win against West Ham, getting back against Everton? Can we do that? That's what we need to measure as. And nothing, again, we still know the issues. The issues are still the owners, Wilcox, Barada. We know. The regeneration project needs to be protested as well. There are still things that need to be done for this club, and I don't want this win to disguise that. It is a bright spot for the shit that's been going on over the last 2 weeks. It is, and it's great, and it's fantastic. It's always great when we win a derby, but at the same time, too, please understand that we have so much stuff that still needs to be there. We still have the protest against Fulham coming up in February 1st. We still have things going on. So we still have a lot of stuff to work on. The ownership still needs to go. Wilcox and Barada bought himself a week they have, if they came out with a loss today, those two have to potentially be thinking about leaving. Arsenal next week as well. We have important games. All these games now are important. Every game now is important, but we cannot neglect what is going on behind the scenes. It's still there. We cannot forget that. So please understand that. Please, I'm not trying to take away anything from the win. It is a win. It is 3 points. It's getting us up the table. We need now help. We still need to work towards getting rid of this ownership. Still work towards getting this club back right. It is. There is still that there. A win can just cover up for an instant. It can cover up an inch. A lot of people think how big that inch is, but realistically, the problems still lie. So I'm happy for the win. I'm happy for what they did today. So overall, we still beat Man City, which is great. It is. And for me, for Licha, sticking into Nicky Butt and Paul Scholes, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with the win. I'm happy with all of it. So that's where it is. But all right, player ratings. Maguire, I'm going to give him a 6.5. Martinez, I'm going to give him a 7. Shaw, 6.5. Delot, I'm going to give him a 6. He was up and down, but I'll give him enough for a 6. Ahmad, 6.5. Bruno, 7. Casemiro, I'll give him a 6.5. Menu, 6.5. You're all going to think I'm very generous today. Mbuemo, 7. Dorgu, I'm giving him a 7. I do like Dorgu out on that wing. Cunha coming on, I'm going to give him a 6.5. Mount, he was only on for a bit, so I'll give him a 6. Ugarte, they still held on. They still got a clean sheet. Aiden Heaven, 6. Lemens. Oh, shoot, I forgot Lemens. Lemens, 7. Yeah, I'm going to give that to them. Don't get me wrong, there's still issues. There's still issues with the midfield. But overall, everyone played fantastic. They did. Again, overall, I may have to change 1 or 2. Let me go through this. Actually, you know what? Bruno, 7.5. Dorgu, I'm going to say 7.3. Martinez, yeah, and 7.3 for Mbuemo. I'm going to give 7.5. I don't know. I have to give up. Yeah, 7.7 for. I'm going to give 7.7. There, I'm redoing my list again. Martinez. Yeah, 7.3. So 6.5, 7.3, 6.5, 6 for Delot, 6.5 for Ahmad. Ahmad should be a little bit higher. I'll go with a 7 for Ahmad. 7 for Ahmad. That one run where he hit the post, that was great. He did play well with his feet. It did have him back. But Bruno, 7.5. Casemiro, 6.5. Menu, 6.5. And Mbuemo, 7.3. Dorgu, 7.3. Lemens, 7.7. Actually, no. 7.3. 7.3 for Lemens. Cunha, 6.5. Mount, Ugarte, Heaven. I will be posting this on my social media. So again, Maguire, 6.5. Martinez, 7.3. Shaw, 6.5. Delot, 6. Ahmad, 7. 7.5 for Bruno. 6.5 for Casemiro. 6.5 for Menu. Embuemo, Dorgu, Lemens, all 7.3, 6.5, 6, 6, and 6 for Cunha, Mount, Ugarte, and Heaven. So I will post this on, 6.5 for Cunha, Mount, Ugarte, Heaven, 6. But I will post this on my social media with that as well. So again, I am going to be cutting it short. I do hope everyone enjoyed today's game. Well, obviously, everyone did. We won the derby. But again, I'm happy with the win. I'm happy with the 3 points. We have to see how the rest of the day goes as well. So we need to know if we're going to be moving up more. But again, I don't want to try and sound negative for this. We still have issues going on at the club. It's great that we got the win. But please remember, the Glazers, Ineos, Wilcox, Barada, it has to be there. Today was a great win. Can we do it next week? Can we do it against the teams against Fulham, Tottenham, West Ham, Everton, Crystal Palace? Can we redo that? Can we get points that we've lost against teams that we struggled with before? Can we do that? Is this a matter of bounce back, or is it just a moment where we've had such a shitty 2 weeks that we've needed this to get ourselves back? And we have. We needed something like this to get us back to who we were. So overall, again, happy with it. I hope everyone enjoys the remainder of their weekend. I will be back tomorrow with the post game of the women's FA Cup game against Burnley. So please keep an eye out for that as well. And then I'll be back Tuesday with a new episode of the podcast. Everyone enjoy their weekend. Enjoy the rest of the games. Enjoy the match tomorrow against Burnley as well. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, follow, whether you're on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, or Spotify. And don't forget to follow on social media as well. This is the Red Devils Corner Kick Podcast. Glory, glory, Man United.